Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new night with social economic networkers and to our business presentation. Tonight is special because we have a special guest who has joined the business very recently, and she is somebody who I admire. I have the honor to work with her, and she's an example of perseverance, love, compassion. She's a warrior who will give the best for her family and her community. So it's such an honor for me to learn from her and work together with her. She's Whitney Owens, who will be sharing tonight with us what this opportunity is about that is changing the lives of people all over the world and has brought an opportunity to her life, which is something that she was looking for some time. So, Whitney, welcome tonight, and thank you so much for your time tonight and for sharing your story and what this opportunity is about.
Well, thank you so much for your lovely introduction, Erika, and it has been an honor to work with you as well. We also have someone else who's already recently joined, and for all of you who are seeing this presentation, I would invite you to message me and talk to whoever sent this link to you, because this opportunity is for you as well. So as Erika said, I actually was looking for an opportunity for quite a while to expand our income. Since I graduated college 3 years ago, I got married and had a baby. And I didn't really pursue my chosen career path because I wanted to have a family, and I fell in love. And that added some stress because we were gung-ho about that, and I sort of forgot about the career path and the need to have more income when you have a child. So I had always thought getting that degree, the college degree, would provide me the opportunities that they always said that you can achieve the American dream if you follow your college path, career path. Well, I looked for jobs in my career path, but we're in a small town and I just couldn't find anything in my chosen field, which is peace and social justice and theater. And it was so hard to find anything in it. It just became really disheartening. So I just went for what is easiest, where I can take my son with me to work and I can stay at home with him and we don't have to have childcare. So the last half of a year, I've been looking for a way to make extra money in my medium time of the day. I'm a school bus driver. And I started a booth at a peddler's mall, and I was making crafts, and I was trying to sell things online on Facebook, and I yard saled, and none of it was really working for me. I was basically doing all this extra work, and it wasn't seeing any fruit of my labor. No extra money. It was actually more money going out than coming in. So by the time that Erika sent me a message about this opportunity, I was so desperate. I was just praying to God, please give me something, and this showed up. So I'm going to start sharing my screen now so that you can learn about the social economic network. Sorry, I was a little bit far in when I was looking at it. Here we go. So I am now a social economic networker. And
We cannot see it. We cannot see it. Your screen.
1 second. Let's see. This is interesting.
If you click on share,
yeah,
the first option will, there you go.
Okay.
And you can expand the browser.
Can you see it now?
Perfect. Now it's perfect.
Okay. So the Social Economic Networkers is a network marketing group that is committed to change and transformation. And the 3 pillars that this group operates off of are personal growth, social contribution, and financial freedom. So what they think is that in order to be able to achieve financial freedom, in order to contribute to society, we actually need to change as individuals. We need to grow, and we need to learn how to be the best versions of ourselves that we possibly can. So this group actually helps us to do that. As being part of this group already, I've learned so much about myself, of challenging myself to come out of my comfort zone, of being willing to use tools that I hadn't really thought of as tools that were um, at my hands, or that I could use. So I've just already, in the last 3 months, been able to see so much personal growth, and also being able to reach out to people and to come out of my isolation, and to be able to be a part of a network that is global, and to realize that I'm not alone. And that has been a feeling that has been pervading my life. And so I've actually already seen a lot of change. I'm not as depressed as I was before, and I feel hopeful. And that's one of the big personal growths that I've already made. And I've also realized that through this group, I can start to contribute to society and help other people, which is one of the things that drives my heart. And I am hoping and working towards that financial freedom, because that is something that I really need for my family. And in order to help other people successfully, that's what I will need as well, because my husband and I, we want to actually start a nonprofit foundation that helps people learn about their spiritual gifts and to grow as individuals. So I know that this opportunity will help me to achieve that. So let's continue to talk about change and how, technology. So that's what this is about. So there have been 4 dynamic socio-economic transitions throughout time. For thousands of years, millennia, we had the agricultural era. If people had land, then they would grow, and they would have money, and they would be successful, and they could rely on that. You can relate that to the feudal era, where the serfs, or the people who were in poverty, their land wasn't owned by them. It was actually owned by the lords. And so they would give most of their profit to the people who owned the land. And those were the people who were actually made more rich and became the nobles, and the rich people. But the people who are working the lands, they still had food to live off of. They still were able to keep that going for them. Nowadays, it's hard to get land, and most of us actually don't have access to be able to work the land. It's not even something that most of us would want to do anymore. We're so connected to the way that our society operates that it's not even a skill that most of us can relate to or know how to use. So that is because of the first and the second revolution, which was the industrialization. That's when factories began, coal came in, and it just skyrocketed what they could create out of a factory. Most people began to work at factories because they could make more money. They were working a lot longer hours at a time, and they would be able to change their lifestyles a lot more quickly. Still, for most people, it wasn't like they were becoming super rich, unless they were people like Carnegie or Rockefeller, these people who had a vision, and they use that vision to take that technology that they understood and to turn it into a huge monopoly for themselves. And most people, again, were not benefiting from that. The third revolution has been the internet, and that has been so rapid, and it has been in most of our lifespans. So most of us, the majority of our lives, young people, I'm saying 20 to 30-year-olds, we don't really know a time where we didn't have the internet. And so we are so used to using the internet and using it as a way to access other people, access knowledge, and it actually has radically changed how businesses are operated. That goes into the fourth revolution, and that has been even more recent, and that is the artificial intelligence. So AI, I think probably a lot of you know about Alexa. I think that's called what is called Alexa, where you can talk to this little thing and it will give you all these really quirky little answers, or it will pull up whatever piece of research or piece of music or radio that you want to learn about or listen to. And so we have basically robots that we are surrounded with. Our factories are replacing a lot of people in workforce with artificial intelligence, because it allows the manufacturer to reduce its expense by not having to pay employees, and it also increases the pace at which they can put out products and the accuracy at which that product is created. So it's a little nerve-wracking to think, well, our jobs are being replaced by artificial intelligence. However, the same thing, there's an opposite side of the spectrum, that with the internet, with the artificial intelligence, we have so many more tools that we didn't have before, that we can use to help us have jobs that were not even conceivably possible in the agricultural era or the industrial era. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but it's also exciting if you look at it from the positive angle, that now we have tools that we can utilize that we couldn't before, to have jobs that we couldn't have before. So with all of these transitions in socioeconomics, the way of generating income has changed. And that means that we as individuals need to meet that change and be prepared for it. And so what social economic networkers asks us to do is to question ourselves. Are our families' finances secure? Would we be able to retire at the age of 60? Do you know how to thrive economically over the next 5 to 10 years? And are you prepared to face the future? When I asked these questions of myself, I said, well, no, my finances are not secure. Will I be able to retire at the age of 60? Probably not, unless I change something. I do not know. Currently, I did not know how to thrive economically in 5 to 10 years. It was very confusing and frightening. And I did not feel prepared to face the future. So when I offer those questions to you, I want you to think about that as well when you look at this presentation, because if you're not able to answer those things positively, this opportunity is for you, and it will help you to achieve goals that you maybe think are not possible at this time, because it gives a different way of looking at work and being part of the workforce that it wasn't possible before. So this here shows you that the distribution model has changed, and this is how our job as network marketers has been made possible, and how we are using the modern technology to be able to achieve more financial freedom through the use of the technology. So in the former distribution model, 36% would go to the factory, and then the rest of the 64% is divided out among, the wholesaler, the warehouse, the store, and the promotions. And none of that would be going to the consumer. So all of it would be divided out, and you can see that if you probably should all have a cell phone at this point. And if you know about cell phones, they probably cost $50 to produce. But when we buy them, my cell phone, I'm paying for it, and it's going to cost me like $700 by the time that I finish paying for it. And so you can see how much the factory is getting compared to where the wholesaler, the warehouse, the store, and the promoters all are getting a little bit of a payout for my cell phone. So in the 21st century distribution model, though, where we're using the internet and you're being able to buy things wholesale directly from the maker of the product, you're being able to just have more direct access to things than before. You can purchase things in a way that's different. And I'm sorry, I'm getting a little off track. So 36% will always still go to the factory, to the maker, but 64% can go now to the entrepreneur. And that's what I am. That's what Erika and William and Patty are, who are participating in this. And that's what you could be. And so that is, instead of everything going and out to all these different people, you as the consumer, as the entrepreneur, would be able to receive a benefit basically from recommending a product to others, basically from sharing your knowledge of the product and letting other people know about it, because person-to-person marketing is the best way for something to be sold, to be shared with others. So there's a huge difference between the kind of income that is in the former, the traditional model of earning, and in residual income, which is what I'm earning as an entrepreneur. So in the linear income, you're expected to work for 30 to 40 years with 8 to 12 hours, sometimes more a day, and you are dependent upon your employer to provide you with your income. And it's also a limited income. So basically, your employer tells you what you are worth. So let's use McDonald's for an example. So if you're a McDonald's employee, you probably get paid minimum wage, which is somewhere around $8.50. And no matter how many coffees you make, no matter how many smiles you hand out, no matter how many hours you have to work extra because somebody called in and said they're sick, and you have to add an extra 4 hours to your 12-hour shift, you don't get paid more. You don't get valued more. And you're still basically limited. You're just so limited by your circumstance because your finances are so little, and you probably have so many expenses that you're just barely making ends meet. And that's the situation that my family has been in. And I probably, most of you can relate to that, feeling like all of your money that you bring in is going right out the window. So that's one of the reasons why the residual income is such an awesome opportunity. And I really encourage you to think about taking that opportunity, because it will allow you to have financial independence or financial freedom in 2 to 5 years of steady work of 1 to 2 hours a day. So it's a flexible schedule. You can choose if you want to work at 2 a.m. because that's the only time you have. You can work 2 to 4 in the morning, or like me, I get to work in between my bus schedule route, and I can focus on that while I'm also taking care of my child. And eventually, I know I'll be able to achieve independence, because with the residual income, it's unlimited. And that's because residual income formerly has only been restricted to authors, inventors, singers, and YouTubers. So people who actually have a product that they make one time. So let's say a singer, they make that song, they record it, and that first dollar is the most important, because every time that song is then played, they get another dollar. And so they somebody will recommend that song, they will recommend that artist to someone else, and it just continues to spread around the world, and more people enjoy that artist, and so they will continue to make an income from every time that song is played, every time their album is purchased. I personally love Harry Potter. So if you were to think about J.K. Rowling, she started out as somebody who was homeless, and she could barely get people to pay attention to her books. But once that first book was published and she sold that first book, her empire began, because she started to sell more and more books, and then she got to make movies, and now she has costumes and wands for sale, and her imagination has allowed her to become a billionaire. But that's not something that all of us have. Not all of us are working on this awesome book that will make millions. But we have the ability through social economic networkers and a company that I will tell you about, that we can actually start to earn residual incomes ourselves as network marketers. So the group that we have partnered with is For Life, and they have 20 years of proven experience. It's a multi-million-dollar industry that actually is 100% debt-free. Now, for me, that is something that proves that this company is responsible and that they know how to run their business. Because most businesses these days, what business can you say doesn't have any debt at all? This business was started by David and Bianca Lisenby. Before he retired, he started this based on some research that he was doing. He found out that this molecule that's called transfer factor was patented in 1949 by Dr. Lawrence, but then it hadn't been used. And so he actually was able to, I don't think it was patented, it had been discovered, but it hadn't been used. And so he decided to patent this molecule, which is amazing. It's a immunity molecule that comes from, what they use it from is cow colostrum and egg yolk. So I'm a new mom, and when I had my baby, I wanted to breastfeed my baby because I knew that my immunity would be passed to my baby through the breast milk. So it's the same idea. It's the cow colostrum has the immunities that is needed for the baby cow, and in the yolk is the immunities that's important for the babies to be able to survive. And the way that you can see that these molecules are stronger than human molecules of transfer factor is that a baby cow will, within the first hour of its life, stand up, or the baby bird will immediately start to stand up and run around. And it's very healthy and robust. And so those molecules are really important, and anybody needs them. And the other cool thing is that because it's For Life is based on bio-nanotechnology, the molecule has been extracted from the cow colostrum and the egg yolk. So there's actually no milk or eggs in this product. So it can be consumed by a person who is lactose intolerant or a person who has chosen a vegan lifestyle. So that's pretty awesome. And then Danny Lee is also our CEO, and he is like a very young CEO, very vibrant with what he does, and he worked up in the company to achieve that position. So that's really exciting as well. Now, what do we do with this company? This company has products in wellness, weight management, and workout. Like you can see here, there's the Pro TF. That's for people who want to gain muscle mass and burn fat. And then we have healthy aging products. We have skincare products and body products like shampoo and toothpaste. So there is a huge range of products that's available. And the company, so what we do as network marketers is we auto consume, we consume, and we invest in our own wellness. And we say that we want to grow, we want to personally grow, and we want to improve as humans. And so we're going to invest in our wellness. And then we encourage other people. We recommend them to do this as well, because we want this awesome product to be for everybody. And it really helps people to improve in so many different ways. So how do we generate the income with network marketing? Well, there are several ways that I will describe. One of the first ways is that we have the rapid rewards bonus from customers' orders. So if you were to have people who you recommend, I'm sorry, I don't know why that changed. All right. So if we have people who we recommend the product to, and they purchase those products out of our distribution account, altogether they order 1,000 LPs. I will explain LPs. So we'll just say 1,000 LPs, and we will get 25% of that, and so we will get $250, or whatever currency that we will get paid in, 250 of those the very next day in our account. So LP means life point, and because this is an international company, an opportunity for anyone around the world, and there are so many different currencies, they've assigned life points to every single product, and that means that it's equal for everyone. And regardless of what your currency is, if you sell 1,000 life points and you get 25% of that, you want to get 250 in whatever currency you have. So here we have other ways that you can get rapid rewards. We have Builder Pack, Power Pack, Transform Pack, and then the individual product selection. So I'm going to skip that one and go to the next one. This is one of the most important ways that we earn money. So this is me and my three. So basically, we have the fixed bonus, and this is called the builder bonus. So if I purchase my 100 life points, and then I get 3 other people, I recommend them, and I say, you guys really want to consume this product. It is awesome. It's going to help you change your life. So you get each of those people to do the same thing as you did, consume 100 life points. And they're each of us are going to get $50. Well, that might not seem like that much, but because each of those people are going to want to get $50, they are going to go and they're going to get 3 more people to purchase 100 life points. And so then you have a $200 bonus that you're receiving, because you basically added 9 people who are active. They are auto-consuming. Then all those 9 more people want to receive the $50. So then they all purchase their 100 life points. And then you have $800 plus 200 plus 50 of the builder bonus that you are receiving a month, because you have expanded your network. But the work that you did was with the first 3 people, and you are building those people up. You're mentoring them, and you're teaching them how to build other people up and make them into leaders. And that's one of the best parts of this, is that you're building a community and you're helping other people to grow and to learn how to help other people. So you're not alone. And this slide helps you to see that these are just a small group of the people who have chosen to adopt this lifestyle and have succeeded in such a manner that they are being rewarded by the company for all the hard work that they've done, and they get to go on what's called a great escape. And this is a beautiful cruise ship that these people are taking on. They each get to bring one person with them, and it's all expenses paid from when they leave their house to when they come home. So I'm looking forward to when I get to go onto a Great Escape and have journeys around the world. Now, this is how you get your residual bonus. So before was how you get your builder bonus. Now this is how you're going to earn your residual income. So we're going to go through level by level. So in level 1, you have 6 people, and all 6 of those people have 250 life points that they either auto-consume or they help to distribute by recommendation. And they will, so with 250, you have a 1,500 life points. That's a 2% plus 2% of the bonus that you get. So that's only $30. But as you go up, you will see that you are starting to earn more and more money by this model. So the level 2, each of those 6 people went and they got 6 more people who are auto-consuming or recommending for 250 life points each. And that's 9,000 life points at 25% at the level 2 plus 5% surplus. That is almost $1,200. Now for me, if my first initial goal is I want to get there. I want to achieve that, because that would be more than I currently make as a part-time employee. And that would mean my husband and I would, for me, that would say, oh yes, now we have some security. Now we can start to save some money back. Now we can start to think of offering some opportunities for my son. Maybe we could think about having another baby. So for me, at that level, I think, life would start to really change for us. Now, I want you to think about that. What would these things mean for you as I go through? Now, level 3. So each of those 36 people that are directly coming down from your personal 6 people that you know and you're building up and teaching how to be leaders. They each go, all those 36 people go and get 6 more people. That equals 216 people, 250 life points. That's 54,000 life points at 5% times or plus 12%. Now that's almost $5,000 a month that you would be earning. And that just keeps building. So it's not just that $5,000. You're also still earning the $1,200 and the $30. And if that was for me and my husband to start achieving that, we will start to form the nonprofit at that level, and to start to give out and to really start to build something that will help more people. And then level 4, those 216 people all got their 6 people who they're building up and teaching to be leaders, 250 life points. That's 324,000 life points times 12 times 3 or plus 3. That is almost that's around $21,000 a month that you could earn, plus the other 5,000, 1,200. And so you would see that your life would really dynamically change if you were to adopt this opportunity into your life and to start learning how to do this for yourself. So if you're thinking about this, you probably are thinking, I don't know how to do that. How could I possibly achieve that? Well, the thing is that you would not be alone. And the Social Economic Networkers has a vast array of materials to help you learn. There's a really wonderful book that we use. There's the audios, there's the videos, and then the most important part is that you are part of a community. You are part of a global, international group of people who are all doing this, who know what it's like to start out, who know what it's like to feel uncertain, and who want to build you up, because the thing about this business is that it's all about the people. It's all about who you're working with, and so you don't have to think, I'm alone. And you get to realize you can have friends all over the world who want to help you and to help you achieve financial freedom and to achieve the dreams that you never thought were possible because of money. So how can you start to become part of this business yourself? Well, first, we have the preferred customer, and that's where you start taking part of the products. I think I forgot to show you. I have here, I actually got them today. I'm really excited. So I got today, this is the 4Life Transfer Factor Plus, and this one is worth 50 points. So if you're consuming the 100 life points a month, then you could buy 2 of these, maybe for you and your partner or somebody else that is important in your life. And that will equal your 100 life points a month. I also got this one, which I'm giving to my son. This is the chewable. It's a citrus cream flavor, and it boosts the immunity 238%. This one boosts the immunity 437%, which is amazing. I had a sore throat earlier, and I took it, and my sore throat is gone. And I want my son, he gets sick a lot, so I'm pretty sure that I already helped him to feel a lot better today, because he had this full dose is 3, and I'm pretty sure he had 3 of them today. So I'm really excited about that. Let me get back to your options as starting your own business. So the second option is to become a distributor. You can purchase the products at a wholesale value, and then you can distribute them. And sometimes people really, that's what they love to do, and so that's what they choose to do. To think about this though is to think, I'm still within the 9-to-5 job. I'm in the linear income bracket. So if I don't sell that day, then I don't make money that day. But the other opportunity is to become an entrepreneur, and that's what I chose to do. And that's where you become a network marketer, and you begin to learn how to achieve a residual income for yourself. And so the last thing that I want you to do today is to think about the dreams that you have, to think about the opportunities that you want to achieve in life that you've thought, I don't even know how I'm going to accomplish that. And just to imagine it and think, what would that look like? Does it look like you have more free time? Does it look like you might be able to travel, or maybe take time out to write a book that you want to write? Or does it mean that you could start a family? What does that dream look like for you? With time, with money, and with your health, this opportunity gives you no limits, and it allows you to begin to dream big. And so I invite you to start dreaming about your dreams, and to consider this as an opportunity to achieve that, and to embrace the socioeconomic change that is offered by the socioeconomic networkers. Thank you. And once again, if you saw this presentation on YouTube, please contact whoever sent you the link, and we will be so excited to talk to you about it and to tell you about how to make this an option for you to change your life dramatically.
Oh, wow. Amazing job, Whitney. This was beautiful and very touching. Thank you so much for sharing with us your story, how it is changing, and what this business is about. Like you, it touched my life a year ago, and it's touching the lives of many people who didn't dream because of the limitations in our lives. Question for you. Knowing that you are new in the business, I'm curious to know what was it, what called you in the business? What struck you about it?
Well, first of all, I'm not one to really usually rep product. So for me to learn about the product from the angle that it really can help people's immune systems improve, and that there's people who Well, for me and my husband, he has epilepsy, and he has to take these very harsh pharmaceuticals that have so many downsides. And so I started to dream maybe he can get off of those and he would be able to feel so much better, and he would be able to accomplish so much more with his life that he wants to accomplish, but it's so hard for him because he has epilepsy and he has to take these medicines. So for me, I was thinking, wow, this might give us a chance to change our life with his health. And then also because a lot of their products are sustainable and they don't damage the environment. For me, that was important. And then I think the other thing is that they encourage us to dream and to have to recognize that life isn't all about the 9 to 5. It is about so much more, and that we are invested with these beautiful dreams of who we are meant to be, who are created to be, and to realize that there is a group of people who want that for everyone and who want to share it in such a way that it's achievable, because money is so integral to how we operate, and if we don't have that, then we are so limited. It's like in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you do not have the basic security, if you do not have the basic I can't remember all of them, but if you don't have the 4 bottom tiers, you are not getting to the top tier of self-actualization. And this group wants you to be able to self-actualize, because they realize that if people are self-actualizing, they're going to be able to help other people to do that and to help the world change. And so that was part of the reason why I really wanted to be part of this group.
Wow, it's amazing. It's amazing to see. It's amazing to see your transformation and your personal growth. That it inspires me every day. I
Thank you,
don't know if we have any other comments or questions from other participants.
Hello, hi, Whitney. Congratulations. It was a great presentation.
Thank you.
I'm happy for you, and I'm proud for you too.
Thank you. I really appreciate that you said that.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Do we have any other questions or comments?
Oh, okay. I was gonna comment in. That was an amazing presentation, and that was my wife bringing me coffee, but Whitney, you did an awesome job, and I can see your determination and your passion and all that you bring to the table, and that you're making it a part of it, and it's very inspiring. And I don't know what to say. That was just amazing.
Thank you, Will. I'm so excited to be able to help you achieve this, and we can work together, and that's amazing to be able to help other people, and also to be able to rely on other people and not to feel alone. So thank you.
So I want to thank everybody who was present tonight for coming and listening to the opportunity. Also, I want to thank the people who are watching the video and to consider the opportunity. Think about what Whitney shared with us. Do you have time, money, and health to achieve the dreams that you have? You can start dreaming big. So the person who invited you can give you more information. Go chase and ask them what this opportunity is about, because they will be able to give you the information that you need to start pursuing your dreams. And I want to thank you, Whitney, one more time for such a thoughtful and inspiring presentation that it moved me. And I know that as time goes, you're going to start growing both personally, empowering communities, and growing financially. So I'm excited to see that and work with you and grow together. So thank you much.
Thank you. Ciao.
Bye-bye. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.